A gathering outside the school in the province of Buenos Aires. They came to ask the government to prioritize education during the pandemic.
This country has poverty rates of 42% and over 50% of the children have no computer or internet. So I'm here for the children who do not have access to education, because education is the only thing that will change this country.
Last week, President Alberto Fernández increased restrictions in Buenos Aires to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Argentina is in the second wave of its outbreak, and more than 20,000 infections are confirmed every day. Among the measures taken were the suspension of in-person classes for 2 weeks.
Parents with their children came here in front of the president's residency to demand the reopening of the schools. Argentina banned in-person classes last year in one of the tightest lockdowns in the world, and amid pressure from teachers' unions with close ties with the ruling coalition. Parents who came here today are concerned that something similar may happen this year, and that's why they're here to demand that shutting down schools should be the last resource.
In the city of Buenos Aires, for example, a court rejected a federal order suspending classes for 2 weeks. The city of Buenos Aires is run by a center-right opposition figure, Horacio Rodríguez Larreta, who says statistics show the infection rate in schools is minimal.
Nosotros sabemos que la pandemia sigue circulando.
We know the pandemic continues, the virus circulates, but we cannot choose between education and health. The challenge is to find a common good and to learn how to live with this and do it with care and responsibility. Parents and teachers are respecting the protocols.
Some here believe disagreement about how to handle the pandemic between the government and the opposition is hurting Argentina's fight against COVID-19. Hospitals are struggling to cope with the rise in infections. So far, only 11% of the nearly 45 million population has been inoculated, and that's one of the reasons why anger against the handling of the pandemic has been on the rise.
At the beginning of the pandemic, when the president was like a protective father, public opinion took care of him and supported him. He had a 68% approval rating. But now he's dropped over 40 points because he's disconnected from the problems people are facing every day, aside from the pandemic.
President Alberto Fernández is trying to convince the public about the risks of COVID-19 and the challenges ahead. The problem is that many seem to have lost faith in their government's ability to protect them. Experts here say fighting the virus without consensus will not succeed. Teresa, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.